Hey there, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. We are looking at an improved morning, at least as far as things are concerned across most of Nueces and San Patricio counties. We're talking about the fog, but there are inland neighbors that are dealing with a pretty foggy start to the morning. So we need to keep that in mind. We have this closer view of what's going on SPID where conditions are looking good, but we've got a bird's eye view, so to speak, or a higher up view. And off in the distance, you can see some of that haze and fog that we've been talking about. Traffic appears to be moving smoothly, even though there's lots of busy bees up and at 'em here on SPID. But let's talk about how conditions are doing across the coastal bend, because yeah, that fog is problematic for a lot of neighbors. We've got perfect 10 for that visibility in Corpus Christi at the airport. That drops down to 7 miles of visibility in Beeville and Port Aransas. We're down to just 1/4 of a mile in Rockport and Kingsville. And for Alice, that's about 3/4 of a mile right now. A lot of this having to do with where we have a little more wind, a little change in the temperature here or there. And so while this is going to be more patchy in nature, one example, as you move along your commute between Robstown and Kingsville, that's a big difference over a short span of distance. So we want to be careful, because although you're starting your commute where it may be less foggy, you could run into some obstacles along the way. So you want to leave early, give yourself some extra time, follow all those foggy weather driving tips to get you there safely. Jim Wells County along 281 is going to be a pretty foggy commute, and getting up into the Rockport area, Highway 35, also going to be one of the foggier rides this morning. Because of this, we have a dense fog advisory in effect until 10 o'clock this morning for all the areas shaded in gray. This is where we could find those visibilities being the worst, getting to 1/4 of a mile or worse. If you're not in the area shaded in gray, doesn't mean you won't see fog or haze, just means it's not going to be quite as bad. So something to help you plan for that morning right out the door. But if you're planning for that dog walk with your special 4-legged friend, it's looking like a pretty good one. Our star today, Marina, lives up in Port A, and our floppy-eared pup here, I think we'll enjoy a walk right around the lunchtime period, because as we get into the afternoon, those winds will be picking up and flopping the ears around. But either way, there's some weather for everybody today. Lots of sunshine and warm temperatures, getting to around 77 degrees here in Corpus Christi by lunchtime, but our winds will be picking up sustained 15-20 miles per hour by then. Even breezier this afternoon, where our gusts get up to around 30 miles per hour for the ride home. You might be playing tug of war with the wind pulling that steering wheel, so keep that in mind. But hey, I'm not expecting any rain here over the next 7 days. At best, maybe squeezing out a stray shower, but I'm not holding my breath. A dry forecast that's going to be very warm and spring-like through next week. So if you're wondering, man, we really need that rain, where is it? There is some hope on the horizon. Over the next couple of days, between March 4th through 8th, we have a pretty normal probability of seeing what we usually see for rain during this time period. But while that may not lend a lot of hope, we'd rather be in one of these green areas where we see a little more rain than we expect. Here's something to keep in mind. February is not one of our best performing months in terms of the rainfall game. Usually as we head into March, we get a lot more rain. So there's something to look forward to. We just don't want to be on the drier side of things. So we'll hold on hope. But I think if we're waiting for rain, it's going to be next 10 days into the forecast at earliest. We're looking at warm, dry, and sunny conditions into next week.